let's try and apply some high school mathematics here, because you really need that when you come to Sharjah and you start comparing it to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, grounds, dimensions, average scores. Don't forget your maths teachers, guys, because you'll need it. Look at the stories so far: Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, and we're also going to follow up that, Harsha, by saying it's a huge difference from 2014 till 2020 for the same Sharjah ground. Harsha, talk us through this.
Yeah, we've been thinking whether Sharjah has been pulled in too much. We looked at the boundary ropes there. Straight boundary is about 73, 74 meters, 70, 72 meters or thereabout, which is not ridiculously different from the other grounds. I was in Abu Dhabi yesterday. One boundary is about 64, 65 meters. The sort of where it curves around behind square, it was a little smaller. The other boundary was 80 plus meters. That is the difference here. The square boundaries are 62 and 65 meters. But you know what? You can look at all the historical numbers for Sharjah. I think we have to say today's players are stronger. We've credited the bats way too much. Yes, of course the bats are better, but we were saying that in 2014 as well, weren't we? That the bats are good. We were saying that in 2016, 17, the bats are good. I think they're just becoming stronger, and I think they're becoming irreverent. There was a time when even now when the batsmen go out, they do sort of show some reverence to the area. I think the boundary ropes must all come together as a union and say, show some reverence to us, because we are here. We are supposed to be a boundary. What's the definition of the word boundary? It is something you should not be crossing. There's different world on the other side. But I think it's the strength. I mean, the other day, which game was I doing? Kieron Pollard came and was a leggy bowling to him, and he didn't even hit the ball. He just did, and it went 80 plus meters. So, where is he going to hit it? I don't know. I mean, the only good thing from Pollard's point of view, as opposed to someone smaller, is that 66 meters gives you the same result as 90 meters.
I suspect it was Ravi Bishnoi on that occasion, but Joy, do you concur? Evolution of the batsman?
I think evolution of the batsman and evolution of the game. Because if you look at it, the figures even in 2014, the 6 matches played here, of course, 6 is not a very large consideration set. But you still had scores which were much, much lower. The average scores were about 160, 170. They were not this high. So you're talking a 200 plus here. So 40 runs, 2 things it tells you. It tells you that teams today have prepared much longer for Sharjah. That means they're telling from far before that in Sharjah, if you're not getting 200, you're not scoring. So they're mentally prepared for larger targets. So they're telling their opening batsmen, your target in the first 6 overs is going to be 65 to 75. They're setting targets like that. And most teams set those 4 over, 6 over targets. That's how they go about it. And I think they would have just upped the bar and said, it's like basically like a Unilever sales team. You've done very well last year. Here are your new targets. You now have to score 70 in the power play. And that's exactly what's happening. So there is also an appreciation that the numbers are going to be higher. The numbers must be higher than last year. And, anyone working in FMCG will understand exactly what they're saying.